Just over 3 years after the Battle of Yavin, Vader was placed in command of the Executor, an Executor-class Star Dreadnought. Still obsessed with finding his son and the rebels, the Sith Lord dispatched thousands of Viper probe droids across the whole galaxy. Not long after, one of the droids had found the rebel base on Hoth. His fleet set their coordinates for the Hoth system. However, once there, they realised an orbital attack was impossible due to the energy shield around Echo Base. With no other alternative, Vader prepared his men for a ground assault. The Empire deployed many AT-ATs, AT-STs and snowtroopers on Hoth's surface with the goal of destroying the base's shield generator and wiping out the rebels. Although the rebels proved worthy opponents, the Empire's forces proved to be too strong, and they managed to destroy the shield generator. This left Echo Base vulnerable to orbital attacks, and it allowed Vader's shuttle to land on the planet. As the rebels ordered an evacuation, Vader stormed the base looking for Luke. Although he couldn't find his son and stop the Millennium Falcon from departing the hangar area, Vader knew he had achieved victory. Not only did the Empire destroy a lot of rebels, the opposition ships had to flee and were scattered throughout the galaxy. The Sith Lord chose to pursue the Falcon, having his men redirect their attention to the fleeing rebel craft. Even though the Falcon flew into an asteroid belt, Vader continued his quest. The Falcon managed to get away, proving the risk of damaging the Star Destroyers was not worth it in the end. Vader spoke with his master afterwards, who voiced his concern over a disturbance he felt in the Force, Luke Skywalker. Although Vader believed he could be turned to the dark side, the Emperor was more skeptical and believed if he became a strong Jedi, he could destroy the Empire. In order to find his son before Palpatine did, Vader hired many bounty hunters to track down the rebel. Knowing he could draw the Jedi out if he captured the Millennium Falcon and its crew, the Sith Lord promised a substantial reward for the one who tracked it down. Boba Fett was the first bounty hunter to find the Falcon, predicting it would travel to Bespin. He soon after contacted Vader about the discovery. The Sith Lord managed to make his way to Cloud City before the Falcon. This allowed him to strike a deal with the Baron Administrator, Lando Calrissian. Although Calrissian happened to be Han Solo's friend, he had no choice but to help the Empire. The plan was to greet the Falcon's crew as normally, whilst the Imperials hid, and have them captured not long into their visit. The plan played out to perfection, and the rebels were caught. Displeasing Lando, Solo was tortured, and Vader changed the deal they had. He allowed Fett to take Han to Jabba the Hutt and collect the bounty for him. However, before Fett left, Vader had the carbon freezing facility put to good use. The Sith Lord wanted to freeze Skywalker in carbonite so to easily transport him to his master, but he knew the process may kill him. Not taking any chances, Solo was frozen first. Han survived the process and was taken away by Boba. Vader then ordered Leia, Chewbacca and C-3PO to be taken to his ship. He then waited for Skywalker to inevitably show up, trying to save his friends. Just as planned, Skywalker showed up on Bespin. When he entered the carbon freezing facility, Vader confronted him. A lightsaber duel broke out, and although the young Jedi had been further trained, making him stronger than their encounter on Simon 1, the Sith Lord was still far too strong for Skywalker. They both advanced to a catwalk leading to the reactor shaft of Cloud City. Although Luke managed to slash Vader's shoulder, the Sith Lord sliced off the Jedi's hand, losing his lightsaber. Because his opponent was defenseless, the Sith Lord used the situation as an opportunity to turn Luke to the dark side. He told Skywalker that Kenobi hadn't told the truth about the fate of Anakin Skywalker. He corrected the lie, stating that he was in fact Luke's father. The revelation shocked the boy, and he initially didn't believe it, or didn't want to at least. But Vader convinced him otherwise, telling him to search his feelings. After realising the truth and shooting down his father's pleas to join the dark side, Skywalker leapt into the shaft below. The Jedi managed to escape the planet with the help from his friends on the Millennium Falcon. However, Vader once more reached out to his son. As the Executor pursued the rebel ship, the Sith Lord used the Force to contact Luke. He told him that it was his destiny to overthrow the Emperor and rule the galaxy as father and son. Once more he was rejected as the Falcon jumped into hyperspace. When the Tidarium, an Imperial shuttle, requested to land on the forest moon of Endor, Vader sensed Skywalker was on board. Sidious allowed for the hijacked ship to land exactly where the shield generator for the Death Star was located. So, brilliant strategy there, mate. However, Palpatine claimed that Luke would come to his father. His master was correct. When the fallen Jedi arrived on Endor, he was confronted by Skywalker. His son surrendered in an attempt to turn Vader back to the light side. However, the Sith Lord knew he was beyond the point of redemption, and so readied the boy for an encounter with Darth Sidious. Shortly after Luke and Vader entered the Emperor's throne room, rebel forces engaged Imperial fighters in an attempt to destroy the second Death Star. However, the shield generator on Endor was still fully functional. Watching his friend struggle and die right in front of his eyes, Palpatine tempted Luke into giving into his anger. Uncharacteristically, Skywalker grabbed his lightsaber with the Force and attempted to strike the Emperor down. Thankfully, Vader blocked the attack, causing a duel to break out. Skywalker was more powerful than before and held his own against the Sith Lord. The Jedi allowed more dark side emotions to consume him when Vader sensed he had a sister and said he would corrupt her instead. He hit his father with constant, violent attacks, reducing him to the ground. He soon cut off his father's hand, leaving him defenceless. At that point, Sidious told Skywalker to kill his father and become his new apprentice. However, in a moment of clarity, seeing he was basically becoming Vader, Luke threw away his weapon. This angered Sidious, and so he attacked Luke with Force lightning. The Jedi was slowly dying, and he was utterly defenceless against the attack. The situation proved to be a very familiar one for Vader. He once saw Sidious on the ground with Windu over him, ready to kill the Sith Lord. Vader chose what he thought was the right thing to do, and so helped destroy the Jedi Master. Not only did he realise that saving Luke was the right decision, but he felt compassionate towards his son. He already lost Shmi and Padme. He wasn't going to lose another loved one. In his moment of clarity, Vader picked up his master, while saying nothing of course, but he says, "No." No he doesn't, George. He just stays silent, which adds more to the scene. But, no buts, George. You've ruined Star Wars enough, mate. Okay, I'll take it out. Good man. While saying nothing of course, threw him down the second Death Star's reactor shaft. However, Vader was heavily injured in the process as his master focused his attacks on him following his betrayal. By killing his master, Vader redeemed himself. He once again joined the light side and fulfilled the prophecy by bringing balance to the Force. Because the rebels had managed to take down the shield generator and fire at its core, the battle station began to implode. Skywalker and his father never had long to exit the dying structure. He carried Vader to a hangar area. However, before they left, the dying Vader wanted to see his son's face with his own eyes, not through a mask. Luke removed his helmet, unveiling his father's scarred face from the events on Mustafar. He cracked a smile, something he presumably hadn't done for years, unless Sidious had some amazing jokes or whatever. Skywalker insisted that he save his father, even though Vader claimed his son had already saved him. However, Vader soon passed away, becoming one with the Force. Just before the battle station blew up, Luke escaped with his father's body. On Endor, he built a funeral pyre for Vader and cremated him just like a Jedi would have been, back in the day. As celebrations broke out throughout the galaxy and on Endor due to the demise of the Empire, Anakin appeared as a Force ghost next to Obi-Wan and Yoda. They all appeared smiling, knowing that the Jedi had returned and peace was restored to the galaxy.
I have seen a security hologram of him killing younglings.
Although he had rejoined the light side before passing away, his legacy as Darth Vader lived on. A group obsessed with Vader, called the Knights of Ren, formed around 30 years after the Battle of Endor. Kylo Ren in particular wanted to finish what the Sith Lord started. He even came into possession of Vader's burnt mask, using it to somewhat guide him. Now it's time for this week's question, well, part 3 of it anyway. Do you see Anakin Skywalker as more of a good or a bad person? Let me know in the comments below. I personally think that's a tough one to answer. He was generally a good person who only joined the dark side to save his wife's life, and he later was redeemed, destroying the Galactic Empire in the process. However, he did kill many people, including destroying an entire planet. So that is it for this epic 3-parter lore episode 100. I hope you guys have enjoyed viewing these videos. I want to wish you guys a very happy new year. I hope you all have an awesome 2016. As far as the Kankazans goes, it's going to be the best year yet. I don't want to spoil the videos and series ideas I have in store, but do believe me when I say this will be an epic year. Thank you guys so much for making this channel have an incredible 2015, and I can't wait to rejoin you this year for another great ride. Before we go here, I'm going to play some of the funniest moments from the Star Wars lore series. Of course, it'll be pretty short since my sense of humour sucks. Ha ha ha. Crying face. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. She was one of the reasons Anakin went batshit crazy. Lay where the Emperor's protection.
His life is about to be taken.
And I will kill you.
Good luck.
After disarming Dooku, or should I say dishandling,
Jin was taken from his homeworld as an
there would always be 2 guards by the Emperor's side, unless he was on the toilet, I'm guessing.
I can't hold on any longer.
This was a platform for young students to show off their skills in order to be taken on as an apprentice.
He was delighted by the news, even if it threatened to expose their marriage. See, if that was me, I'd be like, hold up, I've been fighting in constant battles. I've not had the chance to get you preggers. Who done it? Just come out and tell me who done it. You've been sleeping around.
Jin and Kenobi were taken to the underwater city of Autogun.
Roger, Roger, am I right?
Check it out, Corporal. We'll cover you. Roger, Roger.
This resulted in Jin's life being taken.
I have waited a long time for this moment, my little green friend.
Remember to vote for next week's episode by liking one of the 3 comments below. And for more Star Wars lore, keep it locked here. Till the Kankazan.
Because you locked the button in some shiny buttons. How are you actually excited for this then?
Can you tell I'm buzzing? Oh, honestly, I was sitting in college today, just like, hurry the fuck up, I've got to go and watch this film, even though it's like a...
It's the next day, technically,
I'm
yeah.
going to go watch it.
Ooh.
But honestly, everyone's coming out of mother care, all the staff, it's carnage out here. But... Wait a minute. Why are we old when Anakin is very young? Oh, screwed by the special editions we wear. You know, guys, I am right here. I can hear everything you're saying. Anakin, do remember, you killed
Younglings.
Oh, I need more bunny.
before it lays eggs. Kill it, your master.
Lisa gonna die.